let's just step in right like this. Hey you, I wanted to talk about this lens, the 35 Summicron. This specific version is the King of Bokeh version, version 4, which is super nice because it's smaller. That's what I like, and the vintage character, of course. Really nice, but what I wanted to talk to you guys about is shooting portraits with the 35 Summicron specifically. Because I went from using this one, which is the Voigtländer version, right? The 1.4 knocked on classic, or whatever it's called, version 2 multi-coated version. Yeah, that one. I went from that one buying this one, and I couldn't really justify it really, except that I was curious about the Leica lenses mainly, and shooting something smaller. I had this feeling where I shot everything wide open at 1.4, blew out the backgrounds all the time just because it was easy. So I thought that maybe instead of going for the Summilux version, maybe I should just go for the Cron version and learn how to shoot better pictures maybe. So I started doing my research, and I couldn't really find a YouTube video that had examples of just portrait work using this. I'm gonna put some photos all over the video so we have something to look at. So moving from the Voigtländer to the Leica was interesting. I mean, overall, this lens is nicer. Just everything with it is nicer, but especially the focusing, like it's smoother than the Voigtländer. Also the tab, I mean, this is probably a Leica thing, right? But it's sharper in the corners, like the half moon thing. It's sharper, so it's easier to grab onto. That definitely helps, because I didn't realize that I slid off a lot, like trying to grab this, because of the edges being like flat. It's a small thing, but when you're doing portraiture work and you're trying to just nail the eye or something, it's difficult not being able to grab the thing, right? So from a usability standpoint, that's definitely something to think about. Size-wise, they are similar, right? For the most part. Now this one has a filter on it, but yeah, same size. But the Voigt is 1.4, which is super nice. I still keep it around because it's just an awesome lens. But my daily shooter has been the Summicron for maybe, 2 months right now, for the most part. It's a bunch of dogs. So I've been shooting the 35 Summicron almost daily for 2 months now, and mainly shooting street stuff, you know, whilst commuting or walking around during lunches, stuff like that. But I wanted to be able to rely on it for portraiture mainly. I want something small, something intimate, and it fits the bill. It fits the bill perfectly. What I was unsure of was the 1.4, right? Because I'm used to shooting the 1.4 and thought that maybe I've over-relied on shooting 1.4. And it's the thing I wanted to get better at in general. So shooting the F2 would prove, at least to me, that I could still do it, right? Not relying on shooting wide open all the time, which is such an easy thing, because that's what I've been doing for wedding work and everything before, just doing that, blowing out the background. But as I've grown as a photographer, I felt like I want more of the scenery, more a documentary style type of photography, and even shooting portraits, normal portraits of people. So I thought that maybe we can have a look at some of those photos. So my first shoot was with Kobra. He's another photographer, videographer type of person here in Stockholm. He shoots lots of bands, lots of portrait, fashion work. It's really good, all of it. I'm gonna put his Instagram here and in the thing down below, so you can have a look if you want to. We shot basically portrait work, some product photography work as well. Yeah. But shooting normal portraiture work is really easy. It makes it easier focusing for the most part when it comes to this. Because usually when shooting 1.4, you have this focusing problem. Not that I mind blurry photos, but it makes it, everything is just easier too. And you really don't need to have that much bokeh. For the most part, from people I've talked to, normal people, not photographers, they prefer being able to see the background, right? Where things plays out. So I've shot a bunch of photos of family stuff and my fiance specifically. Yeah, and it's just nicer being able to see where we are in Stockholm when we shoot things. Even shooting at the subway and stuff, like it's nicer, even though you can get a lot of nice bokeh shooting with this. Yeah, and then I also had a proper model shoot as well, where we shot first couple portraits of her and her future husband, and some portrait work of just her afterwards, and it turned out really well. One of the nicer shoots I've had actually, and I've started to really love shooting with the F2. I don't know if I'm ever going for the Summilux. I feel like now it would be going back to using a crutch, maybe. I mean, I still have the Voigtländer, but I can't justify buying a Summilux. It would have to be where I could only use the one lens and I need the extra stop of light because of the weather or really weird conditions or something like that. Then maybe I could justify it. But usually I shoot under controlled conditions, so it's not a problem. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy. It works out. It works out. Yeah, I don't really know what more I can say about the lens and shooting portraits with it. It works. It works. I think the reason why we attach ourselves to the 1.4 and 1.2 lenses is because when we first discover photography and buying new lenses, we buy the nifty 50 1.8 and then we realize, oh shit, bokeh. that's what professional photographers do, right? So you spend like 10 years in the rabbit hole trying to find like what could give me the best, blurriest, smoothest bokeh ever. And I've been there. I bought all of the lenses. I have the Canon 50 1.2 tattooed on my arm, you know. But when you really look at photography on a high level, fashion or anything, it's all sharp. It's all sharp. I don't know what people are really thinking. The only places where you see where the background is completely blown out now is wedding photography, some portrait photography, but mostly like family stuff. So yeah, learning how to shoot with the F2 and higher, highly recommended. It works, it works. You don't have to over rely on the 1.4, even though I miss it sometimes. But I still have the lens, so it's fine. It's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. Yeah, I think that's about it. Something short. I have my Instagram in the description down below if you want to check it out. I'm on Threads a lot now. There's a super nice community on there, so go check Threads out. I'm actually really happy about signing up for Threads. I didn't know it would be such a good community, but it's really good. It's really good. I think that's about it, actually. If you have any questions about my M240, M10, or the Summicron 35, or my 50 Summilux, if you want to ask about that, you can do that as well. I can make a video about that one as well. Don't shoot it that much, which I probably should. And if you have any questions about the M2, we can talk about that as well. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's talk again soon. Yeah, see ya.